Hello, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, your go-to source for the juiciest spoilers, heart-pounding plot twists, and emotional roller coasters that define life in Salem. Buckle up, because next week's episodes promise a whirlwind of betrayal, romance, corporate warfare, and deeply personal struggles that will leave you glued to your screens. From rekindled love to scandalous secrets, the residents of Salem are about to face challenges that could change their lives forever. Let's dive into the drama, unravel the tangled web of relationships, and explore the explosive events set to unfold in this iconic soap opera. Grab your popcorn, this is going to be a wild ride. Sarah and Xander, a fragile reunion built on lies. In the heart of Salem, love is blooming once again, or so it seems. After a citywide blackout forced Sarah Horton and Xander Kyriakis into close quarters, the sparks between them reignited, pulling them back into each other's orbit. The chemistry that has always defined their tumultuous relationship was undeniable during those dark, candlelit hours, and now, the couple has decided to give their romance another chance. Fans of this star-crossed pair might be tempted to celebrate, but hold your applause because a devastating secret threatens to tear them apart before their reunion can even take root. Xander, with his brooding charm and checkered past, is hiding a dark truth. He's the one responsible for the brutal attack on Philip Kyriakis. The assault, shrouded in mystery, has been the talk of Salem, with whispers of betrayal and vengeance circulating among the town's elite. Xander's decision to keep the secret from Sarah is a ticking time bomb. Sarah, who has always valued honesty despite her own complicated history, believes she's finally found stability with Xander. She's unaware that the man she's letting back into her heart is concealing a truth that could shatter her trust and destroy their fragile reconciliation. Picture the scene. Sarah, glowing with hope, plans a romantic evening to celebrate their renewed commitment. She's blissfully unaware that across town, evidence of Xander's crime is slowly surfacing. A bloodied piece of clothing, a witness who saw more than they should, these clues are inching closer to exposing Xander's guilt. When the truth comes out, as it always does in Salem, the fallout will be catastrophic. Will Sarah forgive Xander's betrayal, or will this be the final nail in the coffin of their love story? One thing is certain. The revelation will send shockwaves through their relationship, forcing Sarah to confront whether she can ever trust Xander again. Gabi's dangerous game, a bug, a bust, and a corporate conspiracy. Meanwhile, Gabi Hernandez is playing with fire, and she's about to get burned. Known for her fierce ambition and willingness to push boundaries, Gabi has been embroiled in a high-stakes corporate espionage scheme. Her latest move? Planting a listening device in Xander's office to gain an edge in the cutthroat world of Salem's business dealings. But in a town where secrets are currency, Gabi's actions have put her squarely in the crosshairs of disaster. Next week, Gabi's scheme is on the verge of unraveling. A suspicious employee, a misplaced wire, or perhaps a betrayal from someone she thought she could trust, whatever the trigger, the authorities are closing in. If Gabi isn't careful, she could find herself facing serious legal consequences, including arrest. The charges could range from corporate espionage to invasion of privacy, and the fallout would be devastating for her reputation and her future at DiMera Enterprises. Imagine Gabi, pacing nervously in her sleek office, unaware that law enforcement is already piecing together evidence of her misdeeds. Her signature confidence is beginning to crack as she senses the walls closing in. Will she manage to cover her tracks in time, or will her ambition lead to her downfall? The stakes are higher than ever, and Gabi's fate hangs in the balance. One misstep could cost her everything: her career, her freedom, and her place in Salem's power structure. Corporate warfare. Xander and Philip versus Tony's deal. Speaking of corporate intrigue, the Kyriakis family is at the center of a brewing storm. Xander and Philip Kyriakis, despite their personal animosities, are uniting for a common cause, rejecting a high-stakes deal proposed by Tony DiMera. The deal, shrouded in secrecy, promises to reshape the power dynamics of Salem's business landscape. But for Xander and Philip, it's a non-starter. Their decision to stand firm against Tony sets the stage for a corporate showdown that could have far-reaching consequences. Maggie Horton, the matriarch of the Kyriakis family, is determined to protect Victor's legacy at all costs. She's rallying her sons to fight for control of Titan Industries, urging them to put aside their differences and present a united front. But with Xander's secret attack on Philip looming over them, their alliance is fragile at best. The tension between the brothers is palpable, and their rejection of Tony's deal could escalate into a full-blown war between the Kyriakis and DiMera families. Picture a tense boardroom scene. Maggie, regal and resolute, presides over a meeting where Xander and Philip exchange wary glances. Tony, with his polished demeanor and calculating smile, lays out his proposal, only to be met with steely defiance. As tempers flare and accusations fly, the stage is set for a legal battle that will spill into the courtroom. The Kyriakis family's fight for Victor's legacy is about more than business. It's about pride, loyalty, and the unbreakable bonds of family, even when those bonds are tested by betrayal. Stephanie's past returns, Jeremy Horton's dangerous charm. Across town, Stephanie Johnson is about to face a blast from her past that could upend her carefully constructed life. Her ex-boyfriend, Jeremy Horton, is back in Salem, and he's not just passing through. Jeremy has accepted a job in town and is settling in for the long haul, bringing with him a history of manipulation and emotional abuse that left Stephanie scarred. His return sends shockwaves through her world, forcing her to confront painful memories she thought she'd left behind. Jeremy, ever the charismatic manipulator, wastes no time in seeking out Stephanie. He claims to have changed, swearing that he's a different man now, one who's ready to make amends and rekindle their romance. His words are honeyed, his apologies seemingly sincere, but Stephanie knows better than to trust him. Yet, there's a part of her that wonders if people can truly change, and Jeremy's persistent charm begins to chip away at her defenses. Enter Alex Kyriakis, Stephanie's fiercely protective friend and potential love interest. When Alex learns of Jeremy's return, he goes into full-on guardian mode, warning Jeremy to stay away from Stephanie or face the consequences. The tension between the two men crackles with intensity, each sizing up the other in a battle for Stephanie's heart and her safety. Alex's warnings are clear, but Jeremy is not one to back down easily. The drama escalates when Jeremy discovers a shocking secret. Stephanie is the author behind the pseudonym Anastasia Sands, whose debut novel has taken Salem by storm. The book, a deeply personal work, draws heavily on Stephanie's past relationship with Jeremy, casting him in an unflattering light. For Jeremy, this revelation is both a blow to his ego and an opportunity. He becomes even more determined to win Stephanie back, believing their shared history gives him a claim to her success. Will Stephanie fall for Jeremy's manipulations, or will Alex's protectiveness help her see through the lies? The stakes are high, and Stephanie's heart and her future are on the line. Sophia's scheme, sabotaging Johnny and Chanel's dreams. In another corner of Salem, Sophia is on a mission to wreak havoc on Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree's plans to become parents. The couple, who have been navigating the challenges of adoption, are unaware that Sophia is determined to derail their dreams. Her plan? To create a scandal that paints Johnny as an unfit candidate for fatherhood, potentially destroying their chances of adopting a child. Sophia's scheme takes a sinister turn when scandalous photos surface, suggesting an inappropriate relationship between Johnny and his student, Holly. The images, carefully staged to mislead, threaten to spark rumors of an affair that could ruin Johnny's reputation and jeopardize the adoption process. As the gossip spreads like wildfire, Johnny finds himself facing serious accusations that could lead to legal trouble. Chanel, caught in the crossfire, must decide whether to stand by her husband or question his integrity. Sophia's motivations are rooted in jealousy and a desire for control, but her actions could have unintended consequences. The fallout from the scandal will test Johnny and Chanel's relationship, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. Will they uncover Sophia's deception in time to save their dreams of parenthood, or will her scheming tear them apart? The drama is set to unfold with heart-wrenching intensity, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Rachel's rebellion, a troubled child's cry for help. Finally, we turn to young Rachel Black, whose troubling behavior at school is raising red flags. Ever since her mother, Kristen DiMera, was sent to jail, Rachel has been struggling to cope. Her pain manifests in disruptive outbursts, culminating in a shocking incident involving her pregnant teacher, Mrs. Brody, and a classmate, Thomas. Details are scarce, but spoilers suggest that Rachel's actions may have caused harm, raising questions about her emotional well-being and the support she needs. Picture a chaotic classroom scene. Rachel, overwhelmed by her emotions, lashes out in a moment of frustration. Mrs. Brody, caught off guard, tries to intervene, while Thomas becomes an unintended victim of Rachel's distress. The incident sends shockwaves through the school, prompting concern from teachers, parents, and the Salem community. As Rachel's guardians scramble to address her behavior, they must confront the deeper issue: how to help a child grappling with her mother's absence and the weight of her family's complicated legacy. What's next for Salem? As these stories converge, Salem is poised for a week of explosive drama, heart-wrenching betrayals, and unexpected alliances. Will Sarah and Xander's love survive the truth about his attack on Philip? Can Gabby outsmart the authorities and escape the consequences of her espionage? Will the Kiriakis' families fight for Victor's legacy unite or divide them? And how will Stephanie, Johnny, Chanel, and Rachel navigate the personal storms threatening to upend their lives? One thing is certain: Days of Our Lives is delivering the kind of high-stakes drama that keeps fans coming back for more. Join us next week as we unpack these stories, analyze the fallout, and dive deeper into the lives of Salem's most beloved and notorious residents. Share your thoughts, predictions, and reactions in the comments below, and let's discuss the chaos together. Until then, stay tuned for more twists, turns, and tear-jerking moments in the world of Days of Our Lives.